Set, red 83.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Ron Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. Good morning, Mike Carlin. You've had a busy week.
It's been a busy week. It's been a basketball week. We've been getting ready for this week, and we're here. We're in championship day today.
Championship day in the month of beware the Ides of March, because March is wall-to-wall basketball, and that's what I wrote on my article every Friday, 97.3ESPN.com. This is your time of year, brother.
It's been
Look
so
at hey, Josh Henning's pushing the buttons. The intern Andrew Leeds is here. Josh, look at Mike Carlin's.
So
Talk about a wall-to-wall basketball. How about look at a smile, ear-to-ear smile.
Are you talking about the glow on his
The
face?
glow on his face, right off his forehead.
So I walk in. I have VIP parking. Yeah, I walk in. The bright lights are on. And you see everybody sitting in the stands and the kids and the band.
Yeah, the band's
but
playing.
I tell you what really hits you hard that you see behind the scenes.
What?
Is when you see the losers and the winners walking out to their buses.
Yeah.
I mean, and you realize.
Talk about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
You realize.
Just to let you know, Billy is going to find a way to get Ides of March and the thrill of the victory, agony of defeat multiple times into this show.
Well, but isn't that the beauty of sports to see?
No,
Wow.
it's the beauty of Billy Schwein. That Billy Schwein in the locker room always has something up his sleeve he wants to work in the linguistics of the show.
But the excitement of being there,
Yeah.
and then literally have the affordability to be behind the scenes, I'll call it, and seeing things that the normal fan doesn't see. But you can feel the pain,
right?
And then you can feel the excitement about moving on.
Because this is what's so much fun about tournament time. It's win or go home.
In this tournament too,
Hey, it's win or go home.
This is one of them. You win it and you move on.
And the finality for seniors or juniors who are maybe leaving early.
Yeah. They know they're
right?
transferring.
That's
and
it.
They know that's it. Yeah. They're with their parents. I mean, it's a lot of
Now, the
heartache.
MAAC tournament, the Metro Athletic Atlantic Conference, is obviously been going on at Boardwalk Hall all week. We've given away tickets here at 97.3 ESPN, the lucky listeners, to attend the tournament. Rick Pitino and Iona.
Yep.
They got bounced last year. You remember the Cinderella story of St. Pete's, but I expected Iona to not make the same mistake that they did last year.
It was a little dicey last night, though.
It was.
It was until what did I text you in the second half?
Yeah.
Well, where was their big man in the first half?
Right. I talked about it at the press conference afterwards, and actually, Pitino said, you're a basketball guy. He goes, you picked up what I picked up.
Right.
So with about 6 minutes to go, it was touch and go. 4-point game, 5-point game. Then all of a sudden they hit a big three.
Right.
Then they came down. There was a turnover. Then they came down. Jenkins hits 2 foul shots. Now you go up by 10 with under 6, and you could feel the momentum changing, moving in their direction. And when I asked the coach and the players, they were like, we could feel it too. Like that's when we knew we had a lockdown. We were going to move on.
Great tournament. Atlantic City's the home of the MAAC, and it's just a great atmosphere.
Yeah. And another 3 years. They just signed a contract.
Another 3 years. So we got look
in.
forward to that. Today we got a big show lined up. At 10:30, we're going to talk to the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan from Las Vegas, and of course he's got a plethora of games that he's probably looking at today. He's probably going nuts. He's in hog heaven. And then at 11 o'clock, we're going to talk to Rich Enzor, who's the commissioner of the MAAC.
Yep.
And we talked to him last year when we broadcasted live from this event, which was pretty cool. And then at the bottom of the hour, we're talking with Steve Lenox. The bottom of the second hour, Steve Lenox from ESPN, who's been calling all the action.
He's been calling. I've been sitting right next to him. He's going to be calling the championship game tonight on ESPN
ESPNU. How about yesterday, Friday? Every team made news, was making some type of news. I mean, it's like, how much fun is March been already? It's like, what, March 9th? And it's like, it's March 11th, I mean, and there's all this stuff going on in March.
Right. It doesn't matter. It's not just all basketball.
No.
You got football, you got baseball, you got the Flyers. I mean,
Isn't it
something is
almost
going
like
on.
they're all competing? with each
Yeah.
Oh,
other?
yeah. They all want the time.
It's almost like, because Billy talked about, I love this, the timeline of events yesterday.
It was great.
Because you first get Chuck Fletcher gets fired by the Flyers. Then the Darius Slay news conspicuously comes out. Then the Andrew Painter story pops up.
Right.
Then Brandon Graham decides to stay. And then the Sixers decide to play a basketball game last night that they barely won. But thank goodness they did win, because, Billy, I know people like you are going to look back on that game and say, this team has fight in them.
Well, you know what, Josh? See, we've been together for such a long time. He knows exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what the best part about last night was? And I even texted the intern, Andrew Leeds, during the game last night. The fact that the Sixers trailed the whole game, and they were down, I think, at one point by 21 points.
Yep.
And for them to come back at the last 3 seconds, and Joel Embiid hit the game winner on a fadeaway at the foul line to win the game, I think was huge.
Extremely huge.
Extremely huge. They could
Is
have
there a better
folded.
word than huge?
They could have just taken that game in stride. Remember, Doc Rivers has been under a lot of fire for saying it was a scheduled loss. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
All right. For them,
Long season.
for them to win that game was huge.
Let me get to this. You ready? Because I've been the one on this station that doesn't necessarily always have the nicest things to say about the Sixers.
Right.
After last night's game, when I went home after the tournament and watched the game, I knew they had won, but I wanted to see like the last quarter. I think I'm at the point to tell you they keep playing the way they're playing.
Wow. Hear this, Josh? This is coming from Carlin.
If they keep playing the way they're playing,
The voice of
this
reason.
team, we could have some excitement. I don't know about the finals, but I think we can.
But Mike,
I don't want to have to go through Boston and Milwaukee.
But Mike,
Let's just put it that way.
but here's the thing. Just get to the conference championship.
Yeah.
They do that.
Right.
And
That's what I mean.
show something, take it to 7 or whatever. I think that the fan base, the Philadelphia fan base, never be satisfied, but I don't think we'll be able to. You get Joel out of that second round, and I think that's a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
And guess what? Look at the Phillies. I'm just saying. Look at the Phillies. Nobody expected them to go on a run, right? Could beat the Mets all season long last year.
I'm also tired of hearing about the Joker this, Joker that with the triple doubles and all that.
Right.
I'm to the point now. You ready for this?
Here we go. Let's hear this. Breaking news. I wish we had like dinner.
Joel Embiid for me.
Yeah.
He's the MVP. He's the MVP.
Yeah, they were saying it last night, man.
There's no doubt now. I mean, he's playing like him, and it's not like he's only been playing it for a week or two. He's been showing all year, and I think he's getting a little.
See,
stronger.
here's what I really liked about that last.
This is breaking news on
Yeah.
97.3 ESPN FM, South Jersey's sports leader.
Carlin,
Very good job.
Carlin just said it. Listen, and the crowd was going nuts. But did you? What the one thing the minutia of the little minutia of the game, all the surrounding stuff. Did you see the expression on Joel Embiid's face when he hit that shot? And when they play that music at the end of the game, the Sixers stand around, everybody going nuts like that. That atmosphere, there's nothing like it. And that resonates with the players, because did you see the guys all jumping all over Joel Embiid last
They were
night?
enjoying themselves.
They were enjoying.
They were home.
When players get that feeling,
Closeness.
that camaraderie, the winning, the thing that draws everybody together, it breeds more winning.
Well, it breeds more winning, and guess what? Practices are a lot more better.
The
Because they're
Sixers
all
didn't
into
even lead throughout the whole game. The Sixers didn't lead once. The 1 second to go in the game, they led.
Don't
1
tank.
second.
But it gets back to something, and I had talked about this week on game night here on 97.3 ESPN every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock. You can hear me
Listen to
ramble
that
on.
plug.
But here's the thing. The Sixers won 4 out of 5 games on a road trip. A road trip that most of us thought they would be lucky to win 3 games, right?
Right.
Me included.
In those 4 wins, the 76ers averaged 9.75 turnovers a game. In the 3 losses, Dallas, Heat, Celtics, they averaged 14 turnovers a game. In each of those games, the margin of error between the points lost was less than points off turnovers. So literally, as I've been saying for years, and Billy can testify to this, if this team doesn't turn the ball over, they won't lose. And I think last night was an amazing example of a team. You know how many turnovers they had last night?
They had 9.
They had 9. And doesn't that line up with the stat that says they average when they have less than 10 turnovers a game when they win?
All the time about turnovers in any league, except for baseball. Obviously, you don't turn it over, but you make errors, right? You make errors in the field.
Changes
you cut those things down. Now, the Trailblazers only had 9 as well. But listen, the Sixers.
I don't worry about them. You got to play your game,
Josh,
right?
The Sixers were 2 wins and 257 losses. 2 wins and 257 losses in games where they were trailing by 11 or more points going into the fourth quarter.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
Turnovers are huge.
They're
I get,
huge.
you know, the next thing we keep talking about that I've been on this team about game after game is our bench.
Right.
Last night, guess what?
They stepped up.
Our bench, 39 points.
Yeah.
Their bench, 23 points. That's a huge difference.
That's it. That's where it comes down to it.
Yeah.
And just maybe, the Sixers are putting it together at the right time. Because James Harden last night, he had a couple shots. Like I said, wow, man, that went in. He drove to the basket. He's been doing that and sinking them. He's getting fouled on the way, and he's getting to the line. He's creating.
He's feeling more comfortable. I think that's the word.
We got a great show lined up. The Sportsbook Consigliere at 10:30. Rich Enzor, the commissioner of the MAAC, at 11 a.m. And then at 11:30 a.m. this morning, Steve Lenox from ESPN has been doing the play-by-play at the MAAC Tournament at Boardwalk Hall. The locker room crew is going to be down there tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located at Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over the Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. Straight shot. It's an old school bar. It's got 18 big screen TVs, daily specials. They're open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night. $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. Call Dave Lavari. Book a private party. It's a lot of fun out there. 609-628-2225. That's 609-628-2225 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Philadelphia Flyers hockey later today on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app with Tim Saunders and Steve Coates calling all the play-by-play action.
Morgan Cross buries it.
It's Flyers Penguins later today. Coverage begins at 3:30. It's Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the radio home of the Flyers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN and listen live on the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. It's the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
3 people you should be 100% certain about: your barber, your plumber, and your tax pro. Switch to Jackson Hewitt and you can be 100% certain about your taxes. We'll get you your maximum refund guaranteed and we'll back your return for life. Don't be kind of certain or almost certain. Be 100% certain. Switch to Jackson Hewitt today and get 50% off tax prep. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Your luxury BMW experience is closer than you think. Take advantage of exceptional savings at BMW of Atlantic City. Stop in and shop your favorite models, including the new BMW 2 Series, X3, and more. We're sure to have a vehicle that fits your needs. And with Acceleride, purchase your vehicle online and we'll deliver it directly to you. Looking to trade? We'll pay top dollar for your current vehicle. Experience luxury today at BMW of Atlantic City, closer than you think, in Egg Harbor Township. Shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin. Hey, Carlin, so I got my Tiguan. It keeps you in the lane. Like if you
my car.
You have that on your car?
Bounce right back.
Yeah,
It's called lane assist.
Lane assist.
Yeah, I have it.
Well, here I am, when I'm driving down, I'm trying to get stuff that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
Bounce you back.
I'm like, what the?
Yeah. My daughter doesn't like it.
I don't know if I like it. If you change lanes, it fights you.
Well, yeah, the steering wheel moves a little bit. Yeah.
But pretty cool technology part of the car. It's good for safety.
Every year it gets better.
Yeah. All right, Carlin. Here's the quote. Brandon Graham was just signed to a 1-year deal, but I'm going to read the quote. We've all heard it, and this is the epitome of why people want to play in Philadelphia. When you win, this atmosphere is second to none. I don't think there's a city. Well, other cities. Fans would probably disagree with this, but I think it'd be biased. I don't think there's
This is going to be a real biased statement here.
No, but I don't think
disclaimer.
We're not a homer here.
Well, I am, and I think that this is one of the best cities to win in. Like when you're winning, this place goes nuts.
Right.
They love their sports teams. And Brandon Graham signs a 1-year deal. He was probably being offered more money, but he said, it wasn't about the money. I love Philly. I don't want to miss a championship with Jalen. Jalen is the man. I just told my agent, make it happen.
That's someone that feels very comfortable living where he's living with his family.
Right.
Knows what kind of success they had this year.
Knows what it's like to win.
And he's already predicting the future, like he's saying.
Right.
He sees what's going to happen. I want to be part of it. Do I want to make $8 million playing for Cleveland or Atlanta or something? Or do I stay right here? My kids stay in the school they're in. And he's growing up to be a Philadelphia Eagle, and he wants to be an Eagle for life.
And he wants to be an Eagle for life. Now, when you hear that contrast with, I was shocked about Darius Slay to find out that, Howie Roseman said, no, go ahead, look for a trade. We're not going to pay you what you want.
Well, it's the time of year, just a little context. It's the time of year where people start renegotiating, restructuring. Look what happened with Tyreek Hill. For those who didn't see the story this morning, so Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins, they restructured his deal and gave him a $26 million signing bonus. So he only counts for about 1.75 against the cap. So like the problem is that some of these guys, but Tyreek Hill took a pay cut to do that.
Correct.
So he's getting $26 million up front, but he's losing money
Back
down the road. But he said, look, I'll take the money up front. Darius Slay is in the final guaranteed money year of his contract.
And he says that most athletes, players, when they're in their last year, they look for an extension.
Right. And I think what happened is that the Eagles probably went to him and said, for a guy your age, this is what we'll offer you. And part of us offering you it is we got to reshuffle your money now, because we can't have you counting over $20 million against the cap this year because we got other people to pay. You know, Darius, your worst games this year were without CJ Gardner-Johnson and Avonte Maddox on the field. The numbers don't lie.
Right.
That's the numbers.
All right, but
so if you want to play well, we got to pay those guys. And if Darius is not willing to have the flexibility, then the Eagles got to find a way for an out.
All right, and let's make this clear that he did not ask for a trade.
Right. No, he did
All right,
not.
He wants to stay. He's made it clear that he wants to stay in Philadelphia. He also made it clear that if he doesn't work out a contract, he's going to play his heart out for Philadelphia. He loves it here, as does Brandon Graham. Now, Josh, I remember a few years ago, we had a conversation. This is when I first got to ESPN. Now, I know you weren't here at the time. This was Mike, but I know you eventually got into the conversation about, is Philadelphia a destination place? Do players want to come here to play? And I think that it changes. It changes because when teams win, and you see what Trey Turner saw when he was with the Dodgers, he saw the excitement that the Phillies generated, and he wanted to be a part of it. Is it a destination? I don't know. I think Philadelphia is a pretty good area. You're centrally located, right? You've got the beaches to the east. You got the Pocono Mountains. You got New York City, Washington, D.C. Yeah. You got everything. We're centrally located.
Schools, private schools.
You got history,
colleges.
You got everything in this area. We're centrally
here's the
located.
problem with that. I can call a tourism commission almost anywhere in the country and get that same. No, the bigger deal with the destination is well, I remember us talking about this. The reason why Philadelphia is not a destination is because there's nothing intrinsic about the area that is so much better than anywhere else,
except for the people. The hometown.
It's a Philly thing.
It's a Philly thing.
I will.
That's right, Carlin.
I will make sure to let everyone who lives in Ohio and Florida know that you think that they suck.
All right, I didn't say suck, but how about this?
They're different.
I would imagine that taxes come into the play. Like if you play in California,
you're
going to get thrilled with taxes.
You go to Florida. You go to Texas. You go to Oklahoma.
Right, there you go. But I mean, isn't it everything, Josh?
No, because what it is in today's world, the player doesn't care about what you care about, Billy. The athlete today wants to play with their friends. They want to play with who they like,
and
they respect.
They want to make money.
Do you think Trey Turner's really here if Bryce Harper wasn't here?
Correct. He's dead on.
All right. So
do you think anyone wants to be in Philadelphia if Carson Wentz was the quarterback instead of Jalen Hurts?
Let me ask you this, Josh. Give me your top 4 reasons you think athletes want to come to a city, or let's say Philadelphia.
Number 1 is who's on the team in the organization. Is it a coach or a player that I am comfortable or I want to play with? That's number 1.
Okay. Number 2.
Number 2 is stability of the organization. Does this organization fire coaches all the time? Do they fire people all the time? Do they have a history of mistreating players? Like organizational reputation, like the conversation we had last week about the NFLPA survey.
Okay.
I think that's number 2. Number 3 is how much you're paying me. I think it comes down to how much guaranteed money. Look at this whole Lamar Jackson fiasco. But look at Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill said, I don't need fully guaranteed money, but you give me $26 million up front. Well,
we can work with it.
I can work with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's how much money are you actually going to give me based on what my market worth is? And I think the 4th reason is if somebody has a family, what does the family want? Because remember, why did LeBron James go to the Lakers and not the Sixers years ago? Because his wife wanted to be in LA.
Tinseltown. Oh, you agree? You agree with that, Carlin? I mean,
all 4 points are perfect.
Well, Bryce Harper detailed how he found out about the Phillies traded for Trey Turner, saying that he received a phone call from John Middleton saying that, hey, we just got your friend.
Yeah, but did you?
I'm surprised. I thought Bryce Harper would be more up to date on exactly. Like, I just called him. Like you know,
he's coming. Like in the back of his mind, he knew he was coming.
Carlin, come on, everybody has a phone in their hand.
Yeah.
You don't think Trey Turner picked up and said, "Hey, I just got a call from Middleton and I'm in"?
Yeah.
Like he had to wait to hear from Middleton.
Look, I know we're jumping around here, but
Well, we're going from
think about
Jump around.
Think
Jump
about
around.
think about what's going on with Rick Pitino right now.
right,
Everybody knows he's going to St. John's
right.
before he announces and anybody else announces. But our media now, before it even is announced what's going on. So,
Right.
but getting back to the players that are coming here,
Right.
remember they're coming here because we're winners. We're winning.
Well, that's the number. To me,
Go
that's
back
the biggest
years
thing.
when the Sixers weren't that good or the Phillies. There was no one coming here. Players go to play places when they're winning.
So I think winning.
Turner
money,
wouldn't be here if the
winning,
Phillies didn't go.
Winning, money, friendship, and family.
Yeah.
Would you say that? I mean, that's fair.
I think that the winning
think
thing's a
winning's-
little overrated.
I mean, they're knocking on the door to come here to play for the Phillies. They're knocking on the door to come to the Eagles. They're knocking.
I
on
think
the door
winning helps.
They're not knocking on the door to come play for the Flyers, are they?
No,
to
we
me,
don't hear
winning.
anybody.
To me, winning is a part of having stability.
Yeah.
It's not overtly winning championships.
Year after year after year.
It's
Correct.
about being in the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the Patriots. You don't look at the Patriots as a Super Bowl contender this year, but you know they're dangerous.
Right, because they have Belichick.
They're right
Right.
there.
Stability.
Things could
right?
change overnight.
Guess what? You don't look at, for example, the Browns that way.
No.
You don't look at, for example, the Colts that way. But what does Philadelphia have? Philadelphia has been to tie for the most NFC championship appearances
Since
in the
2000
last 23
Yeah,
years.
Yeah.
Them and the 49ers. So it's not the Cowboys. It's not the Giants. It's not Washington. It's Philadelphia. So if you're somebody who's looking at the NFC East and you want a consistent record of opportunity to win, Philadelphia is your team.
All right. Talk about stability. Coming up next, we're going to talk with the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan, as we do each and every Saturday. Last Saturday he overslept, so we're gonna find out why. Actually, he's been burning the candle at both ends. So stay tuned for that. He's the best. I spoke with the book throughout the week a couple times, and he's ready to go. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shortest inner city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. A new wind is blowing at Maserati, the main line. The all-new Maserati Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati, the main line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With the class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment to something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give them a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800 to schedule your test drive today. Ask for Michael Pileggi when you call Maserati, the main line. All right, when we return, we'll talk with the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Sign up now for this year's $1 Million Bracket Challenge. Registration is underway now at 973ESPN.com and the free mobile app until the tournament begins.
Hell yeah!
Brought to you by
Progressive Fence and Railing, serving South Jersey for over 20 years. Call them at 609-800-8428.
Register for the $1 Million Bracket.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Breaking news.
Tax refund shock is everywhere, but what is it?
My tax refund shrank.
Mine too. The culprit? Pandemic-related stimulus payments and tax credits expiring. In this reporter's opinion, you need a tax expert.
Hey guys, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund.
And tax prep is 50% off? Going there now.
50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 3/21/23. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin. Carlin, we're talking about wanting to play in Philadelphia, and attracting big time players.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that when people see the Phillies, when the people see the Eagles, I think that generates
winners.
Winning generates
Players want to play with winners,
right?
Because guess what? When you win more, you make more money.
Make more money.
Okay, it's all about
Speaking
the
of
money.
making money, let's go all the way out to Vegas. Our favorite segment every Saturday. Guys all over the place. Bostonian versus the book, MLB Network, The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Let's go to the Maserati Mainline Sports Hotline and welcome in the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan.
What's up, gentlemen?
Oh, I love that hat on.
Little Penn State. Little Penn State stuff
nice.
today. Yeah.
Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
run for them. They're having a good run.
Not bad. All this talk of Philadelphia and people wanting to play there and all this other stuff. You know what makes people want to play somewhere? Pretty much. That's it. It's money. Winning.
I knew he was going to talk about money.
No, I mean that when they say it's not about the money, it is about the money. And then when they say it is about the money, it really is about the money.
David, that was the third. Billy asked me to name four reasons.
Yeah, I said come up with your four top reasons why a player would want to come to your city.
To me, that's the second or third reason, because today's world, all these players want to play with their friends, or they want to play for people they like and stuff like that. You know, that's a huge part of it with these guys.
It's a huge part of it. You could get somebody to come to the studios right there if you pay them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very simple. You see people's motivation in life. Guys playing sports are the same as anybody. You know, I mean, the world is making people go back to offices. There's all kind of things happening, and it's usually about the money. So Philadelphia is no different than Pittsburgh, than Oklahoma City, than Seattle, or wherever else they're listening. I mean, though, New York, nobody wants to go to New York, do they? I mean, that's you need an extra money to make them go to New York.
Yeah, but Dave.
Well, the taxes are through the roof.
Wait a second. I think the Philadelphia fan base it's one of the bigger cities cities in the country.
Uh-huh.
But the Philadelphia fan base, they love and they put a reverence on their teams. And the
Doesn't matter,
players
Billy.
know that. You don't
Doesn't
think it
matter,
matters?
Billy.
You guys don't think that matters, huh?
Zero. Doesn't matter. I can tell you this, having moved away from that crucible, I used to think like that. I used to think like that in Pittsburgh. I couldn't understand why nobody would want to come to Pittsburgh. There are heroes. If you win in a city like that forever, you got your picture up on a billboard. You don't pay for no drinks or food. None of it matters. they want the money, so then they can do whatever they want. So, yeah, that's great and stuff in Philadelphia. People are excited. Come on, it doesn't matter. They want the money.
Well, nobody wants to go to Pittsburgh to play baseball. You guys Pittsburgh hasn't had a winning team since We Are Family. Really?
Thanks for reminding me, Billy. I mean, you hit me right across the jaw. I show up and I come talking, and boom, you
Remember, Billy, it's only 7:30. We're here. So shut up.
Also, Billy, the Pirates have no stability compared to the Steelers. Like, are you really going to compare those two teams in that city? It's like completely different worlds the way this franchise.
No, but Pittsburgh is a city where their fan base comes out and supports.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
well, no, it's true. They had made a decision under Nutting to not pay the going rate for free agents.
Right.
So as a result, free agents don't go there. They build from within. They have a couple-year run like they did in 2015-16, where they play in a wild card. If the wild card was what it was now, I think they would have won a series or two and had some postseason success. Baseball's different because you just keep paying. I mean, like at some point, how do you set? I mean, like look at the contracts that like Machado just got. And you guys just went and signed Trey Turner. Long contract. Harper, long contract. Some teams are like, you know what? I mean, I've been married 19 years, and I'm still not sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not sure. We have a lifetime contract, but I feel like that could go at any time.
Contracts can always be broken.
Well, I mean, right, Mike? And
Contracts can be renegotiated.
Yeah.
They're renegotiated. They're ripped up. They're agreed to. Do you want to change the terms? I don't. It's hard to say that. Baseball's so different than some of these other sports.
We're talking with the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. I follow him on Twitter. He's always on there with picture time and all the things that you post. I love your post. But Dave, it's basketball. It's March Madness.
Yeah.
And it's
2-3 weeks long. It's just one night
this
after
whole
another.
month of March is incredible for the sports fan.
Yeah.
Of course, our very own Mike Carlin has been in attendance and sitting courtside at the MAAC, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
In Atlantic City?
In Atlantic City.
It's
And we're
at
going.
Boardwalk Hall.
The
Championships
the,
tonight.
The locker room crew is going tonight to watch Iona.
Wow.
Rick Pitino on the way to St. John's.
No, I'm on a text thread with all of you. I have all. I didn't get no invitation to sit down. I'm just saying. Let me scroll through my thing. I probably can't come, but I mean the invitation would have.
Well, Book, I got to full disclosure. Full disclosure here, Book. I text you during the week, and all you got back, you send me an emoji, and you don't even give me an answer. I say, is that a yes or no? And you just that was it.
You got to learn the emojis, Billy. It's 2023.
I don't do emojis. I usually do GIFs, and I try to make Billy smile and laugh during the week, and he yells at me all the time. He yells at me on Saturday mornings, and I still come back here. It's unbelievable.
Dave, you know how we started this conversation that's all about money?
Huh?
Remember? And we were talking about maybe you coming out. There's only one guy that's got all the money in his pocket, the leader.
Yeah,
Billy.
okay, yeah.
It's not me. It's not me. It's not
Dave,
John.
I'm so poor I can't even pay attention.
Captain, my captain. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's left side, strong side.
I want to go to the
things. Listen to me, Billy. I was up late last night at the Big West Conference. There's 6 tournaments here in Las Vegas. Okay,
wow.
I'm trying to get to every one. My kids want to go to the basketball games now. The little one is showing some interest in basketball. So I've been to the WAC. I've been to the Pac-12. I went to the Big West, and I'm at the game last night. UC Riverside and UC Santa Barbara It don't start till 9 o'clock Pacific, which is midnight Eastern. We go to the game, and I'm driving home, and they said, Daddy, what are you so cranky for? I said, I'm going to get up at 6:30 to talk to Billy Schweib in the locker room in the morning. He's going to yell at me.
I gotta send them flowers.
Send
At least look, we give you like it's a shot of coffee without the calories. Like we get you up and go.
Well, believe me, I absolutely love it. But they're on the other side of this wall in a loft or something, and they're like, Daddy,
what's all that
your
screaming?
friend? Do you like that guy? Did you talk to him on Saturday mornings? I'm like, hey, it's debatable. I don't know. It's debatable.
All right, I want to get your expertise on the because I'm excited about my bracket, but this year's been odd. Like the Dukes and the North Carolina, all the teams from the ACC or like Indiana. Like we've had so many college teams at number one. Who am I watching? Who am I looking for? Who do you like this year?
Well, I mean, Houston's the betting favorite right now, and I mean, they're big favorites again today. They're probably going to win. And then they'll be big favorites again tomorrow, and they're probably going to win. I don't know if they're the odds on. I mean, I don't know if they should be the odds on choice. 9.5-point favorites today against Cincinnati. UCLA's got an injury, but they're in the Pac-12 final. They're one of the choices. Alabama's really good. They got a lot of controversy. A lot of people don't want to see them win for a number of reasons, but I think they're as good as anybody in the country, Billy. But I did a show yesterday, and a guy called in, and it was on Sirius XM 159. We're on there now every day too on Sports Grid, and he called in and said to watch out for the winner of the Big East, and it was Xavier, and they're 50-1, Billy.
Right.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying it's probably worth an Andrew Jackson at 50-1. That way you pick up a dime. I think Xavier might be a team to watch. One of the best stories ever that I had happen in the book involved Xavier. I was Sunday morning after working 16-hour days, 3 days in a row for March Madness. Guy comes up to the counter and starts taking shots at long shots, and that were still left. And he says, I want Arkansas. And I said, okay, that's Arkansas. He said, Wisconsin. And I'm like, oh, that's Wisconsin. Okay. And then he says, I want Oxford. And I said, Oxford? Say that again, sir. I'm sorry. Say that again. He said, Oxford. And I'm looking at him. I said, sir, can you please show me your sheet? Tell me who you're talking about. It was Xavier, Billy. It was Xavier. He said Oxford 10 times. I was punch drunk. I was fired. And he said Oxford. So forever known as Oxford in my world. I think Xavier's a team to watch.
I do too. Dave,
he held up the paper, go, brilliant minds that think alike.
Yeah, this is what I was writing down before
Carlin,
the show started.
You writing stuff down? What are you doing over there?
These are my notes. I can't keep it all in my head.
Notes?
I can't wait. I can't wait for him to ask you the most obscure bet today, too.
No. I'm scrolling. Listen, I'm scrolling. I get nervous about nothing. All right. I sweat nothing anymore. I make a bet. I live with the result. Every Saturday morning when I come on, I'm scrolling through while you're talking sometimes.
What's he coming up with?
Which game is Cornell and Yale? Penn and Princeton.
Penn and Princeton tonight.
Maybe Penn. I thought
hey, guess what?
That's a tough game. That's a two-pointer.
Guess what? If Princeton, Penn, that's our only hope for a Philadelphia team to make it to the dance. We've been shut out. It's like the first time.
See, look at this. Look at this guy. He hates on Jersey. He's so obsessed with Philadelphia. Princeton's a New Jersey school.
I know.
But Billy's like, we need Penn.
I was born in Philadelphia. And I'm just saying, Villanova's out. Villanova's not going to make it. Temple, LaSalle, Drexel, and they all lost. We don't have any representation.
But Dave,
Penn's it for us.
Dave, you're right. And I've been watching a lot of basketball. Xavier and Marquette. Those two teams could make a run. Okay.
Is it Xavier or Xavier? I've been very confused all week.
It's technically Xavier.
Yeah, it's technically Xavier.
Okay.
I call it Xavier.
Okay.
But the team that we've been watching all week now in Atlantic City, Iona.
Yeah.
Dave.
They're going to win a game?
They're
going to win tonight. You don't want to play them in the first round. If they're a 12 seed and they're playing a 5, look out. I'm telling you right now, they have 4 players. They have the conference player of the year that can score on anybody in any leg,
right?
Clayton. They have this kid named Jerkins that like controls the floor as a guard and hits every big time shot. But here's the key. They got a 7'2" guy.
Oh, yeah, he's a monster.
That steps out and shoots threes like he's 6'2". He's been shooting them his whole life.
Really?
I mean, he spreads the floor.
I love that.
And then if he can put the ball on the floor, when he does, they have a 6'11" guy waiting for the bounce pass layup. And then you got Patimo that can coach against
Yeah,
anybody.
how about that, Book? There's Mike Carlin hanging out. He's hobnobbing with Rick Pitino all week.
That's going to be a scary. That's going to be a scary team. Iowa's
Okay.
going to be a scary
They're
team.
15-point favorites today, Mike. That's a lot.
Yeah,
No,
well, it's a lot. 'Cause you know why? They don't reseed. They had so many upsets. It's a 10 today playing against an 11.
Right.
I mean, last night to get into tonight. So they're playing a team that was the 10th rated team in their league.
Right.
They're going to kill them.
Okay. How about the America East Conference game, Mike? I'll ask you. I'll stump you with one. Vermont is playing UMass Lowell. All right. The spread's 6.5 with Vermont against UMass Lowell. This is the championship game to go to the dance. What do you think?
Go Vermont.
Lay it. Lay
Vermont.
it with Vermont.
Lay it.
See, I
Play.
took the offensive there, and I asked
Listen,
you about it.
It's amazing. We're not talking about number 3, Kansas, or number 7, Texas, or Duke for the. We're talking about Vermont.
Vermont.
No, listen, Xavier.
Because we're here to make
Marquette's a good
money.
game.
We're here to
Xavier
make money.
Marquette's a good game. That's a 2-point spread. Look, these games are hard. This is the hardest time of year to pick sides in college basketball, I think, because both teams usually are good, and it's such a different environment, neutral courts. And I mean, this week, some of the teams are still going to play after this, but those games that mean the end of the season for teams, it's a different vibe, man. It's so much fun. But I mean, we got Sixers winning a game last night. They were huge favorites. Billy, I know that you were sweating that for a teaser or some other thing.
No, I laid off it last night.
You laid off last night?
Yeah, because I took a beating the other night.
He didn't listen to me. I told him just
I
do
took
one
the,
thing.
I took the over, Mike. But I teased
But
it.
you teased it with something. saying you lost.
I got the Sixers plus 10.
Oh, welcome to my world, Carlin. You
lost
tell
by
this guy
14.
what to do.
I
He
said
doesn't
just go
do
with
it.
the over.
And that's
Not only did they win on the over, they won by like 20 points over. It was like go to bed at
Look at
halftime.
Josh is sitting there shaking his head, not saying nothing. Josh has been telling Billy what to do for 3 years. Billy ain't listened to him one time. I mean, it's hard work, Josh. It's hard work, Carlin, working with this guy, Billy.
Can I just throw a dog out there today for today's games?
Please do it.
Virginia.
Winning.
Over Duke?
He's right. He's right.
Duke,
2.5.
Duke is favored because of the name.
Because they're
Dave,
Duke.
you know how these books work. These
Yes.
guys who set these lines, they say, how do we get people not to blow us? We go out there and we say Duke's the favorite. And we say, everybody bet Duke. And the smart people go the other direction.
Yeah. First of all, you're talking about these guys that set the lines, and I was one of them. Don't talk bad about these people, Josh. They're people.
I'm not.
too.
I'm saying they're smart.
They're
smart individuals.
Jeez.
You can't talk away. You can't talk that way about the book.
What the hell? I mean, but you're right. This is true. A lot of times this time of year, you only have, this is a perishable item, right? I mean, you put this line up, you have 8 hours to take a bet. That's it. It's gone. It's a piece of fruit sitting on the shelf. It's going bad in 8 hours. So you got to put it up and take as many bets as you can. What are you going to do? Put up pick 'em? You're going to take all Duke bets, at least at 2.5. You got guys like me and Josh and other people that may say Virginia's live. So that's how the line's set. I like Virginia in that game as well.
All right, Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan. As always, it's a lively Saturday morning with the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan.
Can't even go back and lay down and go back to sleep after you get me all worked
because you're
up
fired
like
up
this,
right now.
Billy. I'm fired up every Saturday morning. The locker room. Go eat a sandwich or something, please.
Go have a donut.
You go have a donut. Goodbye.
He doesn't need any more donuts.
I don't need no more donuts either. No more donuts.
There he is, the Sportsbook Consigliere Dave Sharapan on the Maserati, the mainline sports hotline. As always, Dave, thank you. We love him. And, well, I'll tell you what, that's this year's, like, it's really weird. Like, the ACC is not like
strong. Like
Strong.
that we're talking about them
weird.
7 days a week.
No Philadelphia teams in the.
That's why I think this year it's so, because we're not talking about the Big Ten, we're not talking about the Big East. I think this year's wide open. You're going to see a great tournament.
All right. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys. Excuse me. Attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call our Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. That's 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers basketball tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
He drives it by one man to the near side house. Open three, corner by Daniel House. Oh, yeah. Sixers get the bucket.
The Sixers host the Wizards tomorrow. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey, 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Bet365 is giving you more this March with a mega $365 in bonus bets. Simply sign up, bet $1, and unlock your $365 in bonus bets. Check out our Bet Boost, offered across every game of the college basketball tournament throughout March. Sign up today, bet $1 and get $365 in bonus bets, and make your March mega with Bet365. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 plus and physically located in New Jersey.
Introducing Total by Verizon, a new prepaid wireless provider with no contract plans starting at just $30 a month. With Total by Verizon, you don't have to sacrifice reliability or freedom. Get Total by Verizon and save money every month on America's most reliable 5G network. Most reliable 5G based on most first-place rankings and Root Metrics first half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Attention car buyers. Matt Blatt Kia has 3 questions. Do you have a current vehicle loan or lease? Do you want a low financing rate? Do you want a new ride? If you've answered yes, then stop what you're doing and get to Matt Blatt Kia today. Because if you're currently stuck in a loan or lease, Matt Blatt Kia wants to get you released with 0 down and 2.9% financing for 48 months or no payments for 90 days on every 2023 Kia Forte in stock. Have a job clearing $350 per week? Matt Blatt Kia wants to approve you today. So bring any trade to Matt Blatt Kia and drive home in a brand new Kia with peace of mind with Matt Blatt Kia's exclusive 4-day love it or leave it return policy.
It's gotta be a Matt Blatt Kia.
With approved credit, not all will qualify. Go to mattblattkianj.com for complete details or 888-505-6670. Price includes all costs to be paid by consumer except for licensing, registration, and taxes. Expires 3/31/23. Matt Blatt Kia, 6211 Black Horse Pike.
Hey,
Harbor Township. And now on Route 37 in Toms River.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin. I'm knocking down. Josh is getting mad at me.
We're going to get through the show. Listening audience, if we go silent, we'll be back.
Carlin, I enjoy the Sportsbook Consigliere, but he's got his finger on the pulse of everything that's going on. How about that six tournaments?
Six tournaments in one city.
Is that unbelievable?
That's how Vegas is. And
excited
good tournament. It's not tournaments that you never heard of. I mean, you got UCLA, Arizona tonight playing there. I mean, it's big time basketball.
I'm excited about the game tonight. We're going to be at
so
Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City for the final game, the championship game between Iona and who they playing? Marist, right?
Yeah.
Last year, this tournament produced St. Pete's. Which
went
on a run. Made it to the Elite Eight. That's what it's all about.
And I think that's what Iona's doing right now, in front of our eyes.
And I think this is I think this is a great home for the MAAC.
Oh, it's great. The parking's great. I mean, the facilities is great.
Boardwalk,
great crowd.
Yeah. The casinos. And
it's reasonable too.
And then of course when we get back, the second hour we're packed. We're going to be talking with Rich Enzer, is the commissioner of the MAAC, and this is his last year.
Correct.
So we'll talk to him at the bottom of the hour. We're going to talk with Steve Lenox. He's been calling the games on ESPN.
He'll be calling it tonight.
He does a great job
on ESPN.
I watched that whole game last night. Listen to him.
Yeah. It's great to sit right next to him and really hear how they know the game inside out.
All right. That's all ahead. Hour number 2. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, Josh Hennick pushing the buttons, and Andrew Lead is in the house. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Here's what you missed on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
What's your go-to on the pancake? Plain, strawberry, banana?
I'm more of a regular. I'm more of a regular short stack. I might flirt with like a banana pancake, strawberry pancakes every once in a while.
I think that might be too sweet. Blueberry pancakes is probably You're
a blueberry guy?
Yeah, I'm a blueberry guy because the bananas are always too sweet for some reason. And then strawberries fine, but the blueberries when they're in the cake, not just on top. Fire. Pancakes is fire, man.
I got a pancake. Give me a short stack alone. I don't need anything else.
And I'm a ham steak guy opposed to a bacon because the bacon at IHOP is like
a little undercooked something.
Oh, it's paper thin. It's just
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 on 97.3 ESPN. Brought to you by
Ocean Casino Resort. Get your game on at the Gallery Bar Book and Games in Ocean Casino Resort. Visit theoceanac.com.
Oh, yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
It's buyback March at Matt Blatt Nissan. So bring any trade because AJ the trade man wants to buy your vehicle today. AJ pays $500 more than CarMax. So you get more dough for your ride and then drive home in any new Nissan, Altima, Rogue, or Pathfinder with 0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 0 interest. Or take $5,000 off MSRP on every new Nissan Titan. And only Matt Blatt Nissan has a 4-day love it or leave it return policy.
Oh, yeah, it's on at Matt Blatt Nissan.
Have a job clearing $350 per week? We want to approve you today. And AJ wants your trade, but only at MattBlattNissan.com. Rate qualifications exist with approved credit. $27.78 per thousand financed on in-stock 2023 Rogues, Pathfinder, Altima. Not all will qualify. Go to MattBlattNissan.com for complete details. Or call 844-917-4758. Price includes all costs to be paid by consumer, except for licensing, registration, and taxes. $589. Sale price $31,774. Expires 3/31/23. It's on at Matt Blatt Nissan on the Black Horse Pike. Egg Harbor Township.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Now, backed by popular demand from New Jersey Lottery fans, it's the Green Ball.
Hi, yes, I'm rested, back in shape, and ready to help my Jersey Cash 5 players.
Green Ball, is it true you give players a free second chance to win up to $50,000?
That's how I roll. When you see me in the game, that means a second drawing and another chance to win.
Only through April 2nd, look out for the Green Ball and Jersey Cash 5. Must be 18 or older to buy a lottery ticket. Please play responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. For game odds and promotion details, visit njlottery.com/JC5.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles, Sixers, and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Henning pushing the buttons, and intern Andrew Leeds here in the studio. It's the locker room with Billy Schwein. Every Saturday and Sunday on 97.3 ESPN. And, of course, Mike Carlin, you've been in attendance at the MAAC, the Metro Athletic, Atlantic Athletic Conference Championships that are in Atlantic City, and they're going to be there for another 3 years.
3-year deal.
And Rich Enzor, who's the commissioner of the MAAC, this is going to be his final year. He's retiring.
After 35 years.
Since 1988.
Yeah.
Is that unbelievable?
We're just waiting for him to.
And he's a Jersey guy.
He's a Jersey
He's
guy.
a Jersey guy.
Yeah.
And he realizes the
should
benefit.
Should we give him the phone number in case he's listening right now?
609-573-3776, Rich, if you want to call in. But Atlantic City has a lot to offer. It's a great location. I think it's a great home for the MAAC.
I was talking to a bunch of kids last night as they were walking off. They couldn't believe. I mean, some of these kids, remember, have never been in a hotel. Like these are resorts. These aren't your Hampton Inns that when they're on the road and stuff like that. And they're like, oh yeah, we're down at Oceans or we're down at Tropicana. You know, so I mean, they're having a blast, and I think that was one of the reasons when I heard in the press conference of why they signed a 3-year deal. It was between coming here or going to Albany. Nothing against Albany,
no, but
Albany doesn't have what Atlantic City's got to give.
Exactly,
and that's what we were there. They said they listened to all the students, not just the basketball players.
Oh, is that right?
They were talking to students. Where would you come to watch this tournament? Albany or Atlantic City? And they were all like, Atlantic City.
Well, we were in Atlantic City. We stayed overnight last year at the Tropicana, and you saw the teams coming down the escalator and the
excited.
It's a fun atmosphere.
Yeah.
But the basketball has been great. I mean, look what they created last year, the MAAC. It's St. Pete's to go on that run to make it to the Elite Eight. That's a feather in the MAAC conference.
What I've seen up close and then going home and watching it on TV, whether it's, you know, we were talking about Villanova at the Big East. We're talking about the Atlantic 10 with LaSalle and Temple. Yeah, those leagues are different than the MAAC. I get it.
Right.
Okay. But basketball's basketball. They may be a little bigger, a little faster in those leagues. But someone coming out like Iona, if they win tonight, I'm telling you, they are going to be a scary team. It doesn't matter if they come in as a 5 seed, 12 seed, which I think is closer to a 12. They can upset a 5 seed. No problem.
Mike, what's the name of the big man that for Iona that he was getting the ball down low? That guy, like in the first half, they didn't go to him. Second half, they start going to him. Bounce pass up to the basket, strong and hard. He got failed, I think, on 3 consecutive drives to the basket and 1 or 2 bounce dribbles. But it seems once they started getting him the ball, they took over. It took over.
Yeah, they took. Well, they have 2 guards. They have the National Player of the Year for them. His name's Clayton. He can shoot from literally. You ever watch the NBA and you see the guy step over midcourt like a Klay Thompson, and they shoot from way beyond 3? That's what he does. If you're not on him right at midcourt, you're in trouble. And then they have a guard, Jenkins, that you'll see tonight. That literally, as Rick Pitino said in the press conference, everybody tries to have a coach on the floor. Jay Wright used to say that all the time. He relies on his point guard.
Sure,
that's how this kid plays.
Now, Mike, you're a Philadelphia guy. And this is the first time that I can remember in a long time that we're not going to have any representation in the tournament. Is that how about that?
It's hurtful.
I mean, I think I'm shocked with Villanova. I mean, they were 17 and 16, 17 and 15 this year.
New coach,
but they still had the same nucleus they had from last year. They had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, they had some
injuries.
You
shocked that this is the first time in I don't know how many years? It's been a while that we don't have anybody.
We got used to them. We got very used to them being in it year in, year out.
Yeah,
and not just being in it. They were a high seed, and we were expecting them to go to Final 8 at least, Final 4 kind of thing. I'm more surprised on. I don't so much Penn, because Penn's an Ivy League team. They don't get the players they really should, but schools like LaSalle. Okay, schools like Temple have really, in my mind, they've fallen off. At least like St. Joe's. When was the last time you had St. Joe's do over?
I think Aaron McKee's doing a great job at Temple, but for some reason they're not able to put.
It's not like his first or second year there.
This is his 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
Really quick, guys. I just wanted to tell you that the last time Villanova missed the tournament was 2012.
2012. Yeah, but this is I don't know how. I probably should have looked it up last night, but it's been unless Penn makes it, maybe that's why I didn't look for it. It's just
Penn
Princeton tonight, but it's been a long time since there hasn't been any representation in the tournament.
Yeah. And it shouldn't be like that, especially in Philadelphia when you have 5 big time schools right here.
609-403-0973 is the text board. If you want to chime in and bring something to the table, we'll comment on it. 609-403-0973. I talked about this with the book a little bit, and I want to pick your brain because I know you're our basketball guy. But it is weird that the ACC isn't more. Is that what it is? It because what's the reason for
North Carolina? It's always North Carolina, Duke, North Carolina.
Right.
Every once in a while, you'll see a Virginia slip in, or Miami makes a run.
Every time I hear when I say Virginia,
think about North Carolina. They were the preseason number 1.
Right.
They're not even going to be in the
tournament. They're not even going to be in the tournament.
And Joe Lunardi said they may not even be like a number 1 seed in the NIT. That's if they accept it. Imagine being North Carolina where you're used to being at that level.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get invited to the NIT and they say, no, not this year.
Yeah, because you also do have to think about that UNC. I'm pretty sure they have all the same starting 5 from last year in that March Madness final appearance. So it's kind of crazy to see them fall.
Same coach, same.
Hey, listen, I went to school in North Carolina. I went to college in North Carolina at a small school called Lees McRae College in Banner Elk, North Carolina. And every time this year, if you're I don't care where you are in North Carolina, the whole state comes to a stop because of basketball reigns supreme.
Right.
The ACC in North Carolina. Yeah, and South Carolina, Georgia, but I was in North Carolina, and I can honestly say that Wake Forest, UNC, North Carolina State, Duke.
Think about what they don't have down in that area, Billy. They don't have hockey, pro hockey. They don't have baseball. They don't have football. I mean, that area is basketball.
Right.
It's just like if you talk about Birmingham, Alabama, and places down there, they don't have a hockey team. They don't have baseball teams. I mean, it's football. I mean,
they got, the Hurricanes, but that's basically within the last 20, 30, 25 years or whatever.
And obviously Carolina's got a lot of excitement with their football team now, making that trade to jump up to the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance. We didn't get a chance. There's so much basketball going on. We didn't get a chance to talk about the NFL.
It's a basketball day.
It is a basketball day. But we can't transit. I mean, the Carolina Panthers made a big move. They moved up to number 1 overall. In exchange with the Bears, they will receive a number 9 in this year's draft, a number 61, and a 24 first round and a 25 second round.
Who they taking in your mind? Who's the quarterback you're taking?
Will Levis, I guess, right? No, you go for Alabama.
I think right now the pick for them is most likely going to be C.J. Stroud. I do think
Ohio
Bryce
State.
Young also does have a chance of being the
Ohio
pick.
State, C.J.
Yeah, it's one of the.
If you wanted Will Levis, you stay at 9.
Yeah,
you trade up for either Bryce Young or
All right,
C.J.
so
Stroud.
that's my point. I don't know what I interviewed Bryce Young last year
Yep,
at
me too.
the Maxwell. By the way,
Maxwell.
the Maxwell was up in Allentown last night or Thursday night.
We dropped the ball. On
Well,
that
we can't be everywhere, Carlin.
That's true. That's true.
Right?
Get to the point, Billy.
The point is, when I interviewed
Bryce
him,
Young.
it made an impression, a lasting impression. He was so small and meek. Now, I know he played in Alabama. He won the Heisman Trophy. They won a national championship. I get it. But when you see a guy that small and unassuming, I'm skeptical.
But why? Think about
He's tiny.
Think about who he's playing against every week.
I get it.
Georgia,
I know.
Auburn.
I know, Mike. I'm with you on
their
that.
defensive lines. They may be a little smaller than that, but not much.
He's tiny, man.
He got in at 205. They didn't even think he was going to be 195.
Well, you can get the 205 by eating a lot and drinking a lot of water. I mean,
Tell me about it.
I mean, I don't. To me,
you get the 225 too.
Listen, what Billy's saying is not without merit because
it's just the impression you get.
But it's not about the impression. It's about the physicality of the NFL.
Yes,
it's about the fact that if you're on a bad team, like look at David Carr. David Carr was what? Andrew can look it up. He was like 6'2",
6'3",
235 or whatever it was. The dude got sacked so many times it destroyed his career because the Houston Texans franchise was a bunch of idiots.
So let me just say
6'3", 220. So if a 6'3", 220 guy's career is destroyed,
could you imagine if
because
Lawrence
he's on the
Taylor got
wrong
a hold
team?
of Bryce, that type of
Not
Micah
even Lawrence
Parsons?
Taylor.
I'm just saying. Remember the hit that Taylor put on Jaworski? If that happens to
From
Bryce
behind.
Young, he's 6 feet under.
Right. So the point is, the problem with Bryce Young is he has to be in the right situation. He has to go to the right team. If the Carolina Panthers build the O-line in front of him, he'll be good. But if he goes to a team like, for example,
that's a big if. But they got all these picks now.
Well, the problem is they don't have all the picks. They just Carolina gave up all their picks to get number one overall.
Right.
So now what you're saying is, are you going to guarantee me that in the free agency, you're going to go out there and build your offensive line? There's no guarantee. You hit the Philadelphia Eagles. You're not building offensive lines in your sleep.
I don't know. I just can't get that out of my mind.
That's why I think it might be Stroud.
See, I like Will Levis because I know that he didn't have great stats overall, but if you look at his size and his arm
Billy's
strength,
obsessed with size.
Yeah, big guys beat up on little guys.
Yeah, well, you find me a big guy, I'll beat him up for you. Okay? Because apparently you're too
He could
scared.
come out and be another Herbert. Remember when Herbert was coming back?
Well, I mean, you always roll the dice.
Listen, I do like Levis a lot. I do like him a lot, not because he's big and all that weird stuff that Billy's obsessed with, but because of the fact that he's got the intangibles of a guy who said, listen, I'm not getting an opportunity. They pigeonholed me and turned me into a Wildcat quarterback at Penn State. I'm going to go be a real quarterback at Kentucky. I think that's way more important. I've been saying this for months now. Jalen Hurts is the example why we have to stop evaluating quarterbacks based on measurables and measure them based on intangibles.
Right.
Levis has intangibles.
And how smart they are.
But
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I maintain this and I'll stay with it. I just think when you're in the NFL, you're the speed. Now I know Bryce, he's fast, he's elusive. I get it, but someone's going to get him.
No, like the one announcer said when they were breaking it all down. When was the last time he really took a hard hit in college? My point is, he's smart enough when he gets to the outside, he does slide.
What was it?
He does get to the outside.
One of the games he made a pass and his shoulder. He took a hit before that, but then he threw a pass. His shoulder went out.
Yeah, and who's to say you guys are talking about, athleticism and all of that? They might not be looking to take Anthony Richardson with the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, I mean, all right. So we'll get into more of that. I guess Rich was maybe held up, but we'll see if we can.
You never know when you're the commissioner.
Yeah, he's probably people tugging at his strings. All right. Hey, for over 83 years, Circle Liquor Stores offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in southern New Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly and Best of Atlantic City. With the most competitive prices around, Circle Liquor is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Go down and say hi to Chet. Tell him the locker room sent you. Folks, I'm here to tell you about Lavari Seafood Bar and Grill, located on Route 50 and Tuckahoe Road in Petersburg, just 8 minutes over Ocean City's 34th Street Bridge. It's an old school bar. It's got 18 big screen TVs, daily specials, open every day at 11 a.m., celebrating 15 years in business. Thursday night is wing night, $1 wings, $2.50 domestic drafts, live music every Friday night. Hey, if you want to book a party, they got rooms that you can have your own private party. Give Dave Lavari a call. Dave's a good guy, 609-628-2225. That's 609-628-2225. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Tomorrow on ESPN Radio.
Here's another break for the Knicks. Julius Randle goes strong with a left-hand flush.
Julius Randle and the New York Knicks. He's Anthony Davis.
Dumps it home.
The Knicks at the Lakers. Presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
It's the NBA on 97.3 ESPN, your exclusive home for the NBA Finals.
Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza. Rendezvous Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Rendezvous Pizza, there's one right nearby. Rendezvous Pizza, Rendezvous Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Rendezvous Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, honey. Happy first day back at work. Can't wait to see you tonight. We are so proud of you.
Daddy, love you.
There are many reasons to start recovery. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, we are here to help. Call us. Our trained counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help. Your recovery is within reach. Call 844-REACH-NJ to learn about medication that can support your recovery. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, and we've been talking basketball. It's wall-to-wall basketball the month of March. And, of course, the MAAC Tournament has been held in Atlantic City last couple of years, and they just signed a new 3-year deal. This is a great venue for the MAAC.
Well,
would you say
it's right in our backyard? And
I love it.
You're attracting people from the New York, say, area, the Philadelphia area, down south. I mean, the MAAC is in a perfect position, and what they're able to provide to their students, not just the athletes that come down, the luxury of the hotels. I mean, it's just a great idea. And the gentleman that's coming on next, he made it all happen.
He said it all happen. All right, so let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room the commissioner of the MAAC, the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, Rich Enzer. Good morning, Rich.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
All right, we're doing really well, and we're really enjoying the basketball at Boardwalk Hall. And I've been watching on TV while my co-host Mike Carlin's been in attendance of all the games. And Rich, it's really a great venue and a great home for the MAAC.
Yeah, we're really pleased with it. A lot of the things you were just talking about, the hotels, the atmosphere, it's the fact that the arena puts on such a great operation for us. That's the athletes. I have to tell you, when we were up for the renewal, I think the deciding factor, when it was all said and done, there were two deciding factors. One was neutrality, and that's always been a big issue, and it is in any conference. And then second, our student athletes gave us feedback through a formal process about how great they thought the championship was, how big time atmosphere they had. And they talked about the hotels and doing things afterwards and walking on the boardwalk and all the stuff we think they are like. They actually reinforced with us that they did. They voted as a group to support, all 11 schools, all 22 programs, men's and women's, at one site, and Atlantic City was the one they liked. So kudos to the student athletes for their support, but we knew that as a staff that it was a great facility, and we just been trying to build on it every year. And, we got sideways a little bit because of the COVID years, but I think over time this will become a great venue for us.
And Rich, you've been doing this. You've been the commissioner of the MAAC since 1988, and you just announced your retirement. What the basketball, the fact that this tournament now has, you're on ESPN Saturday night, prime time. I mean, you really built this conference up. You've done a great job.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. You can imagine I have mixed feelings about retiring. But it seemed that I just turned 70 last week. I've been doing it for 35 years. I've got other things I want to do in the next few years. So it seemed like the right time. I did want to deliver a new deal to the arena. It was a long process to get it done because I didn't run it. It was run by a group of presidents and ADs, which is fine. They wanted to examine everything very intricately and went through the whole process of how we do our formats, where we do it, how, all these elements we talk about. So we had to go through that process, and we put out for bids. There were 8 cities that were interested. When it was all said and done, 3 bids actually came in that fully supported the event, and Atlantic City won. So I was happy to get that done as I'm going out the door, because I wanted the new commissioner, Travis Tessalati, to have a chance to, get his feet, solidly on the ground before he had to deal with finding a new site for an arena, tournament, or, anything else. So I think when I transition out, I'll be able to hand him, this all completed, the hotel deal's done. And, we also have this little thing of an esports championship going down at the Showboat. It just came from there. I did a trophy presentation. And, and believe it or not, that's become a huge event too. So a lot of moving pieces, but I think when I leave, it'll be in good shape for the next person.
Rich, it's Michael. Our listening audience and Billy may not know this. We make a big deal about coaches, and it doesn't matter if it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever, about how long they can stay at an institution. People need to know. Bill, you need to know. So, Rich, you ready? He's the longest Division I multi-sport conference commissioner.
Wow.
Think about the responsibility of that. Not just, you hear about basketball coaches being there for 30 years.
Right.
They concentrate just on basketball.
Right.
This gentleman's got all these multi-sports, and he's been doing it for so many years, and it's just a huge compliment to yourself, Rich. And like I said the other night in the press conference, I couldn't be happier for what you've done for the South Jersey community. And when we heard about the 3-year deal moving on, and I can tell you for this station, you're going to have our full support moving forward with advertising. We want to make this a conference and a destination where we're getting people from everybody to come down. And I also just want to give you a little plug. I didn't know that you were so involved with like your women's sports within your conference, and what you've done to take them to another level.
Well, that has been a passion of mine. Since I was an undergrad, I worked on the women's team at St. Peter's as undergrad. So I've always had a lot of support for them. I didn't ever understood why we treat it differently. It's the same sport, same court, so early on we merged the 2 championships, and I've been fighting to get it better and better for both championships for 35 years. The time thing is interesting. I didn't start out thinking I'd be here 35 years later. But we've grown this conference in such a manner that I've always had something new on my plate that kept me interested. So originally when it came on, we had 2 staffers and myself. Now I have 15 employees, which usually is a good thing. Some days I could do without any of them. They just drive me crazy, human resources issues. But outside of those kind of days, I couldn't get any of this done without the great staff I have. Jordan Confessori, who runs the tournament, Val McQuaid, who does the broadcasting, Whitney Swab, that does all the other championships outside of basketball. So like I said, I was just down at eSports. We have 5 championships going on. They're all advancing to AQs in their own fields. And these athletes came up and thanked me. They said, no, we never could have envisioned this 5 years ago. And I said, listen, guys, we treat you the same way we treat every other athlete. And that's really my motto. Treat everybody the same. Try to improve it. We've done championships at Disney for volleyball and soccer. We've done basketball events internationally in Ireland. And, I'm always looking for the next thing. And right now I'm working on an event for golf in Bermuda next March. So I'll keep busy. It's just that, I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss the staffs, and I'm going to miss all the people we work with. But that's just part of life, guys. You got to transition at some point. Better I walk out on my own than on a stretcher or something.
We're talking with Rich Enzer, the commissioner of the MAAC. The tournament is being held in Atlantic City, and of course, the championship game is tonight. And we'll never forget last year when St. Peter's went on that miraculous run. That was unbelievable, making it to the Elite Eight. That had to really be exciting for you and the rest of the conference.
Well, it was a tremendous accomplishment. And like I said, I went to St. Peter's as an undergrad. I was a men's basketball manager. That's how I got into this business. So, I was sitting in Philadelphia before the North Carolina game. I was just sitting up in the stands by myself, and I was reminiscing, thinking, who would have thought we'd ever be in the Elite Eight? And here I am. And it was just amazing. And, the revenue that's coming into that from there is helping support basketball projects in other ways. So it was a win-win for everybody. But, yeah, it was special for me in particular, and great excitement level. And, frankly, probably as much as anything, what are we going to do after that? So maybe it is time to retire. So, you set a certain standard. Well, I don't think we're going to make it there every year, but I don't want to say that. But, if we do, it's a great accomplishment. But, it's so stacked against you in those championships.
Well, Rich, congratulations on a great career. We really appreciate talking to you this morning. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tonight at the conference championship.
Hey, guys, I just want to mention I'm an Ocean County born and bred guy.
There you go.
That's right. I forgot to say that. I'm glad you brought that up.
All right, Rich. Thank you so much.
High schools. All right. Well, take care, my man.
All right. We'll see you. We'll see you tonight. There he is, Rich Enzer on the Maserati of the Main Line Sports Hotline. Hey, for over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in southern New Jersey. The store is a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City. With the most competitive prices around, Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. A new wind is blowing at Maserati the Main Line. The all-new Gregale midsize SUV has officially arrived. Stop by Maserati the Main Line, located in Devon, PA, just minutes away from Center City, Philadelphia, to experience it for yourself. With the class-leading space, advanced driving, and technology features, the Gregale makes every journey a thrilling experience. From your daily commute to weekend road trips, the Maserati Gregale elevates every moment into something truly special. Test drive the all-new Gregale for yourself and experience how it makes every day exceptional. Visit them online at motml.com or give Michael Pileggi a call at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800 to schedule your test drive today and ask for Michael Pileggi. All right, when we return, we'll talk with Steve Lenox from ESPN, who's calling all the action at Boardwalk Hall. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers basketball tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McGinnis, calling all the exciting play-by-play action.
He drives it by one man to the near side. House. Open three. Corner by Daniel House. Oh, yeah. Sixers get the bucket.
The Sixers host the Wizards tomorrow. It begins at 6 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee. Those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Hundreds of Volkswagens in stock and on sale. Hundreds of Mitsubishis, even 100 electric Pintelli golf carts in stock and on sale at Tom's River Auto Group. And not one a penny over sticker. Plus, Tom's River Auto has a Birds fan bonus. $500 off just for showing up in a team jersey, hat, socks, whatever. How easy is that? New or used, Tom's River's got plenty, but hurry. On sale, they're flying. Click Tom'sRiverAutoGroup.com.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Mom, Dad, Sis?
Here we go again.
Why are you in a suit? Picture, if you will, a world with the best network imaginable. I'm talking about the Xfinity 10G network. Go on. Mom, remember how your reality shows wouldn't load with all of us online? Now you can binge. And Susie, we'll have fast internet in the basement.
Nice.
If you have any questions, here's my card.
This is just your name on a gum wrapper.
Introducing the 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through March 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet during our limited time Xfinity 10G network launch celebration for just $25 a month for 2 years. Plus, there's no annual contract required and you get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
Now, more of The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN free mobile app.
All right, we're back at the Tom's River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim, Mike Carlin, 97.3 ESPN, The Locker Room. Mike, all basketball, and this is your time of year, man.
Ooh, today's championship night.
I'm really
Boardwalk
excited.
Hall.
I'm really excited about being there tonight at Boardwalk Hall. Of course, last year, St. Peter's made it all the way. St. Peter's made it to the elite. We just spoke with the commissioner. Now, let's go back to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in Steve Lenox, who's calling all the action for ESPN on the TV. Good morning, Steve.
Billy, Mike, thanks so much for having me on today. How are you gentlemen doing?
Steve, we're doing well, and we're really enjoying. I watched, Mike's been in attendance at Boardwalk Hall all week. I've been watching on TV, and you've been doing a great job. And but the basketball's been really good. And so as an announcer, I'm sure when the basketball good, it makes you look good.
Absolutely, and I need all the help I can get. But yeah, it's been an interesting week this week in terms of. You've got number 1 Iona and Rick Pitino, and you've got number 11 Marist tonight for the championship game. And Marist, a team that went 6-14 in MAAC play during the regular season, over 20 regular season games, had lost 5 in a row, 8 of 9, won 2 straight, then lost their final 2 regular season games, and really got going with a victory against Manhattan, steamrolled that into the win in the quarterfinal round against Quinnipiac, and now in the championship after winning last night against St. Peter's. And it's hard to believe a team that went 6-14, that's a number, but throughout the regular season records, they have not trailed at any point in their 3 games here in Atlantic City so far.
Wow. I know, Rick Pitino coaches Iona, and you see that draws a lot of attention, and they're going up against the number 11 of Morris, which, they don't readjust the conference. They don't reseed. So you get a 1 against 11, but still, it's like you said, these games have been close. Is he there?
Yeah, and Iona has taken care of their side so far with victories against Mount St. Mary's and winning last night in a very hard-fought game against a very good Niagara team out of Buffalo, New York. That game was back and forth, multiple. I think we almost had 10 lead changes in the first half alone. But with that, Iona skilled, very talented in the backcourt. They've got two terrific up front players with Walter Clayton, the MAAC Player of the Year in the backcourt. Then you've got Nelly Jr. Joseph and Osborne Shema, two big guys. And for Rick Pitino, he's got another 7-footer. It goes down on the 3-point line and hoists up the threes. And Shema hit one early last. Came out of the game when maybe he had a defensive lap, but they've got a lot of options with this Gales team.
So, Steve, I was actually sitting next to you the last couple of nights and just listening to the knowledge that you have on these teams. It's just to the number of persons sitting at home, Billy, just listening.
Right.
The paperwork that they have in front of them, and then they know the teams inside out. They know the guys that are sitting, on the bench that may play at the 8th, 9th position. So just kudos to you, Steve, for all that. But getting back to the game tonight.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Getting back to the game tonight, from what I saw this week, it just seems to me that Iona's got this momentum going. And I saw it starting, and I said it in the press conference last night. Like you said, against last night's game was back and forth. And about the 6-minute mark, it was a 5-point game. And then we hit a big three, the 7-footer, I forget his name. He hits a big three. They come down, they throw the ball out of bounds, all within 10 seconds. Then we come down, they foul Jenkins. He makes 2 foul shots. You go up by 10, and you could just feel the momentum swinging in Iona's favor. And then from that point on, I really thought the game was over.
Yeah, I think with Iona, you're always expecting that big run, and like you said, in the late stages of a game, that knockout blow. And Tim Welsh said it with me last night, my partner and former Iona coach. You almost play. You get to this time of year, especially, you play 4-minute games. You play to every media timeout. So you're expecting, is Iona going to make a run late in the first half? Are they going to make a run coming out of the locker room to start the second half? And then you got that last 5 minutes or so, that crunch time. And that's where they ended up doing it last night against Niagara to advance to this championship game.
We're talking with Steve Lenox. He's calling all the action on ESPN, the Boardwalk Hall, the MAAC Tournament. Steve, you got a great voice, man. I really
got a radio voice.
You got a radio voice for sure. Steve, Mike did say this, that preparation as an announcer. We had Mike Emmerich on right when he retired, and he was talking about the amount of preparation a play-by-play guy does. Mike just said all the papers around you, but you have them there for a backup. But you how many hours you spend in preparation for these games?
Well, you're going down this road, and I have to be completely honest here. This is true confession time. I do work with ESPN. I'm very fortunate, but I actually cover this conference, the MAAC, and I do ESPN plus ESPN3. Every school does, the streaming home games, and I do it for Quinnipiac up in Connecticut. So I do have a little bit more background than I normally do. If ESPN assigned me to the American or another conference tournament, I'd have to do a heck of a lot more homework. But, I talk to college students now, and I kind of open up my documents that, I'm a compiler now. And if I need to find a note, I know where to go to it. I'm getting to the point in my life where I forget things. So I do need to write them down, and I have them in front of me at a moment's notice. But yeah, you put a lot into it, and that's a big part of it, guys. In terms of the prep, I love to prep. I love to watch games, and I tell a lot of husbands, when my wife and I go out to dinner with couples, I gotta watch a game tomorrow. I don't have to watch it just for the pure enjoyment of it, which I certainly get out of it. But this is work for me, guys. I got to sit on my couch and I got to watch a game or two.
That's funny you say that, because I had the same thing. I mean, it's different when you want to watch a game as opposed to you have to watch a game. And obviously, as a sports fan, you really enjoy sports, but it is different. There is a different dynamic when you have to watch it as opposed to you want to watch it.
So Steve, it's Mike.
I started doing,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And
Steve,
when I started doing TV, when I started doing TV, I didn't, you never know who's in your audience. But I had buddies of mine that were doing stuff for ESPN. They're like, hey, thanks for that tidbit. I'm going to steal that for the next time. Like, you know what? That's how we do it sometimes. You borrow.
So tonight's game, Vegas of all things has Iona as a -14, which to me, I throw that away. But let's just say that Iona is good enough to get through tonight. From the games that I've seen this week, I'm not saying we're going to have another St. Peter's like we did last year, because sometimes that just doesn't happen back to back. But the momentum that they have playing and the way they spread the floor and with the players that they have, when you think about it, they have a player to conference on their team. They have Jenkins, who's a true point guard. And in the press conference, Rick even said, he's my coach on the floor. Then when you have a 7-footer shooting threes like he's 6'2", been shooting them his whole life, and if he does drive, he drops it off to the other guy that's like 6'11", shooting layups. They're going to be a scary team. I don't know if they're able to win tonight and they come in as an 11 seed or a 12 seed, whatever it is. I want to be that 5 seed that they're going to play with them right out of the gate, because they're going to be a scary team moving forward coming out of this conference.
I agree 100%, and I think it becomes momentum in the MAC in the NCAA tournament, which will get underway next week. But last year you take St. Peter's and you take Shaheen Holloway. People know who Shaheen Holloway was, but did Kentucky know what Casey and Defo and Darrell Branks Jr. and Doug Eddert were bringing, and the Drame twins were bringing for the Peacocks in the NCAA tournament? St. Peter's got that momentum going immediately. They knew what they were. They were comfortable in their own skin. Once they got by Kentucky in that opening round game and that overtime win, then they win by 10 against Murray State. Then they've got Purdue, a Big Ten team, another number 3 seed. They squeak by in that one. Yes, they ran out of gas at the end, and they get knocked off by 20, I think it was, to North Carolina. But Rick Pitino, he's not going to surprise anyone. They're not going to say, oh, the Iona Gales, they play in the MAC. Who's their head coach? No, this is Rick Pitino is going to be bringing this Iona Gales team if they do get by Marist tonight, and they get there. But then again, you've got John Dunn on the other side. He's got a 6'10" kid in Patrick Gardner, who is just becoming a wonderful story. I mean, he is he started at a Division III school at Nassau Community College on Long Island in New York, then went to a Division II school, really has never had many Division I offers, falls in the lap really of Marist, and has put together just terrific numbers. Second team All-MAC during the regular season. They would also certainly be a hard out the way John does. You guys may be familiar with John from his time at St. Peter's. He's a defensive-minded coach, and that's going to travel next week in the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament.
Well, I'll tell you, Steve, we're really looking forward to being in attendance tonight. The locker room crew will be down there at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City for number 1 Iona against number 11 Marist for the MAAC championship game. And, of course, you'll be broadcasting live on ESPNU in prime time.
There we go. Billy and Mike, thank you so much, and please say hello tonight.
All right, we'll see you later on, Steve, and look forward to the call. Thank you. There he is. There's Steve Lenox on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. You've been sitting next to him all week, Carlin. You've been sitting next to Steve all week. It's just to watch him work. That's got to be pretty cool.
It literally is unbelievable. Like you watch on TV,
right?
And you just take for granted,
right?
But when you're literally arm to arm and listening to them and what they're doing timeouts and stuff, it doesn't stop. And when it's like being a performer in you do a concert,
right?
When that concert's over, you look at those guys; they're just dead. They're tired. When that game was over last night, he just sat back in his chair. It was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I got to tell you, not to take too long with this, but even today with me, I've been doing this for 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started radio, it was almost like getting ready for a game, like not butterflies, but like
you got to be on,
like yeah. And then when you come to the studio and the on-air light goes on, you're on.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, I have to sit back and just like take a deep breath. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. No,
but I love it,
and take that to a whole nother level when you
and
see these guys.
Steve, you can feel Steve's passion through the microphone.
Yeah,
it's
great,
awesome.
Great guy.
I'm looking forward to tonight, Carlin.
It's gonna be fun.
All right.
Be a lot. And all the people. There's plenty of tickets out there.
Yeah, let's get down to the MAAC Boardwalk Hall tonight. What time's the game? It's 7:30.
7:30.
All right. For over 83 years, Circle Liquor Store has been offering the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in southern New Jersey. Just a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party? Call Chet and his staff. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out their website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Tell them the Locker Room sent you. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Philadelphia Flyers hockey later today on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app with Tim Saunders and Steve Coates calling all the play-by-play action.
Scores! Morgan Cross buries it.
It's Flyers Penguins later today. Coverage begins at 3:30. It's Philadelphia Flyers hockey on the radio home of the Flyers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN and listen live on the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape County for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Did you know Nissan EVs have traveled 8 billion miles? Just a quick trip to Pluto and back. And what did we learn along the way? Well, that an EV can take on the world, like the Nissan Leaf. It can move racing forward and take your breath away, like the all-new Nissan Ariya. We learned to make EVs that electrify. 8 billion miles driven by Leaf owners globally since 2010. 2023 Ariya has limited availability. All-wheel drive expected availability early 2023, subject to change.
Hey, sports fans, Mike Ryan here, top contributor, wagerpro.com. The month of March is upon us, and I could not be more excited about what I have to share for today. My Big East Finals winner, the biggest information I've had all season long in the Big East, and I'm releasing it absolutely free right now on a recorded message by simply calling 800-499-3733. That's 800-499-3733. Nobody out there is winning like wagerpro.com right now in the month of March, and I'm out here proving it once again. My biggest move of the entire season in the Big East, the Big East Championship game. It's free on a recorded message. Call right now, 800-499-3733. That's the Big East Championship winner, free. Call now, 800-499-3733.
At the Home Depot, we know the world is a messy place. Keeping it clean takes science. That's why businesses everywhere have long trusted cleaning products from Ecolab to take on the toughest messes. And now, that level of clean is available for your home. Introducing Ecolab Scientific Clean, a full line of professional-grade cleaning products for all your home's needs, so you can clean like you mean business. Now available exclusively at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Your luxury BMW experience is closer than you think. Take advantage of exceptional savings at BMW of Atlantic City. Stop in and shop your favorite models, including the new BMW 2 Series, X3, and more. We're sure to have a vehicle that fits your needs. And with Acceleride, purchase your vehicle online and we'll deliver it directly to you. In the trade, we'll pay top dollar for your current vehicle. Experience luxury today at BMW of Atlantic City, closer than you think. In Egg Harbor Township, shop our complete inventory online at bmwatlanticcity.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein on 97.3 ESPN and the free 97.3 ESPN mobile app.
We're back broadcasting live in the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. But it's why Mike Carlin, Josh Henning, pushing the buttons, intern Andrew Leeds. We're going to head down to Boardwalk Hall tonight. I'm excited about this game, this championship game at Boardwalk Hall, Mike.
When you're there live.
You driving?
Yeah.
I go with you tonight?
I'm going to make
Are we really having this conversation on the radio?
I'm going to make sure I take the Parkway and Expressway, and he's got people to call. No, but, after listening to Steve, the play-by-play tonight, it really gets you pumped up. And I'm telling you, from the time you walk into the arena with the big lights and you hear the bands playing and the cheerleader, you get excited. And then to know that tonight, this is a one ticket
right
to the next dance.
Right,
okay?
right.
You lose, you're going home.
Winning in.
Okay? The winner, you're going to see confetti fall. You're going to see cameras there.
Trophy.
They're going on to the big dance. So it's fun. It's fun to be there.
All right, real quick. I want to touch real quick on the Flyers made a little news. Obviously, they fired Chuck Fletcher after 5 years with the team. But do you think this is obviously we talked before about the Flyers being owned by a conglomerate, a corporate entity, not one person. Do you think firing of Chuck Fletcher and installing Danny Briere as an interim general manager, obviously they had to make a move. Josh, I just want your real quick take on that. You think they're heading in the right direction by just this one move?
I don't know if they're heading in the right direction or not. I think they still don't have a direction.
Yeah, I don't think they do either.
And I think that's the larger problem. To me, Chuck Fletcher did himself no favors. And Mike Gill and I were arguing about this yesterday. It's one of those things where I think that the whole thing depends on where you're coming from with this. It's not to get hyper metaphysical, but you guys know the story of the blind man and the elephant?
No.
Okay, you guys obviously are not psych minors like I am.
No.
Barely,
what's he talking?
Barely made it through high school, Josh.
So in psychology, there's the idea of perspective, right? You send a bunch of blind men to talk about an elephant. One blind man says, "Oh, an elephant's like a tree trunk." One blind man says like a feather. One blind man says he's bendy like a straw. Each one of them have a different perspective on the elephant because they don't see the big picture. And the problem is that I don't think we have the full picture with the Flyers.
So let me ask.
And I think that's the reason why none of us know what direction they're going.
So let me ask you, you knew this was coming, right? Chuck Fletcher.
We hoped it was coming.
Everybody wanted. Why did they have to get an interim general manager? They should have been looking for a general manager unless they have somebody that's already under contract that they're looking at. But they're waiting.
They're waiting to see what's going to happen after the season. I'm sure that there's people they might want to interview who are maybe working right now who might be available to talk in the office.
They just know they wanted him out the door right now. Hey, I got a little breaking news.
Okay, what's the breaking news?
Thanks to you, I was asked to do my first MC job.
What?
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Where?
And the girls out there, if I get your names wrong, you just got to bear with me. So I was asked to do Ocean City's banquet at Great Bay Country Club this Wednesday night. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I said, sure, I'll do it.
Stephanie.
I don't know what I'm stepping into, but I said, yeah, I'll do it. My wife goes, are you nuts?
See, that Carlin's turning a little bit of a celebrity on me there, Josh.
Yeah.
Back to the Flyers. So, look, the problem with the Fletcher thing is this. And Billy, you when I describe this, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Right.
if somebody hires you to do a job and then you don't do the job that you were hired to do, doesn't that person have the right to be mad at you about it?
Yeah, absolutely. But I just keep going. Like when I say about Bryce Young, I have that impression in my head about him. When I have the impression about Chuck Fletcher, I can only remember 3 or 4 years ago when we were calling him Trader Chuck, and everybody, not just me, everybody was like, wow, man, the Flyers, Chuck Fletcher's doing this, he's making this move, he's making that move, and it never came to fruition. You know what I mean? So where did it go wrong? Where did it go off the rails? The injuries? The underachieving? Where did it go wrong, Josh?
I say it started with the injuries, obviously, but then it was the lack of adjustment after that.
Okay.
It was the fact that when you hire a coach like John Tortorella, you're hiring him with the idea that he's going to try to win games.
Yeah, but I don't.
Then you don't give him a winning roster.
Well, and keep in mind, Atkinson, Couturier, and that was all not.
Well, Ellis was already
non-entity.
Half out the door, but you know what?
I'm just saying,
The
that's three significant injuries, Josh.
The fans have not been given a reason to show up to the ice rink, and if they would have signed Johnny Gaudreau, you would have at least have bodies.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know how many more games they would have won because you would have had to dump a couple guys' contracts to sign him. But the idea is that this organization has alienated the fans. They have alienated their head coach. They have alienated the entire league. Remember, Tortorella said in that audio cut that we played, what was it, last week?
Yeah.
He said, the people don't respect the Flyers anymore. So to me, that means that Chuck Fletcher failed on multiple levels. It wasn't just one thing or another.
No, 100%. Hey, by the way, I want to just want to announce that Tara's Happy Boxes fundraiser, they're having another fundraiser which benefits local children with diseases, and they do a great job. There's a fundraiser. Get in touch with Tara's Happy Boxes. Saturday, June 17th from 3 to 7 at the American Legion in Summers Point. We'll give you more details on that. Carlin, great job today, but also all week going to the MAAC, and we'll be there tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun. Tomorrow we'll be back in here with all the results
about that and results from the
a
other
lot
leagues.
more. Yeah. All right. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Mike Carlin and I will be back at it tomorrow right here from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Sunday morning on 97.3 ESPN. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy basketball.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
Sign up now for this year's $1 Million Bracket Challenge. Registration is underway now at 973ESPN.com and the free mobile app until the tournament begins.
Hell yeah!
Brought to you by
Progressive Fence and Railing, serving South Jersey for over 20 years. Call them at 609-800-8428.
Register for the $1 Million Bracket.
I guess one time isn't going to kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're going to be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl